Okay. Can you hear me? You can hear me? All loud and clear? Yeah. Can you hear me?
तो हर कंट्री के हिसाब से करेंगे जो यूटिलाइजेशन होता है ना कि हमने सीपीयू कितना यूज करा, रैम कितना, हार्ड डिस्क कितना, वो डॉलर पे ही रेज होता है, क्योंकि वो तो उनके तो ऑल ओवर बढ़ जाए तो वो उसको ये तो कर नहीं सकते कि सिंगापुर के लिए इंडिया।
Can you hear me? Hello, am I audible? Okay, perfect. I'm switching off my video.
Check, hello, check one. Check, hello. Check, hello.
Can you hear me?
Check, hello, check one.
Where it will be visible.
Where is it?
Speak.
ये visible कहाँ पे होगा? Visible कहाँ पे होगा? Digital होगा?
अच्छा
Screen है?
Streaming it.
नहीं वी आर नॉट मैम, वॉज
इसमें
Yeah.
important urgent मार्क करके जाएगा मंत्री जी सेक्रेटरी ऑफिस में दोनों।
So, good morning.
Okay,
Okay, I want mom wants to
Station directors, government states and once that is done, we inform.
ठीक है, that is all fine. I'm asking even if I speak here,
Good morning. Okay, perfect.
Very good morning to everybody. Kindly be seated. Honorable Additional Chief Secretary sir is here, and also Secretary Urban Development Department and State Mission Director, they are here. So I formally welcome sir, because sir has come, and he is definitely, because of his presence, we will be inspired, and also secretary and all other officials are there. So formally I just welcome sir, his presence will be helpful, and apart from that, I would like to mention sir that this workshop we planned so that all senior level people, especially in case of used water, that is a new component that has been added under this Swachh Bharat mission. And it is far less than 1 lakh towns. So it has been challenging, and very sufficient fund is available under mission. So all these state mission directors and chief engineers from various states and used water nodal officers, they are present here, sir. I welcome everybody, and I wish that this workshop is going to be a platform where you will be having in-depth discussion, and you will become very clear that what is strategy roadmap to be adopted while implementing used water in your state. With this, I welcome my joint secretary also, who will be joining virtually. So with your permission, sir, as you mentioned. Sir.
Good morning. We have slightly changed the format of the inaugural session. It's almost, they have shown 1 hour and 15 minutes where you have to listen to me, the secretary, and Madam Rupa Mishra. So what I have requested is that everybody is short in time, and this inaugural takes a lot of time. So what we do, we'll listen to Mr. Chaurasia in a nutshell as to what we are doing in the next 2 days' time, or in the field study time. And 2, let's learn and spend some time in the tea break as to have some interaction amongst each other. So with that, I only complete the vote of thanks for Mr. Ajay Nagbhushan, my Director, Municipal Administration, Mr. Chaurasia. And in case the Joint Secretary from Delhi joins, and if she wants to address, we'll hear her out. Thank you very much. Thank you. All yours.
Take advice. I welcome again, and just for information, I think a joint secretary has just got connected. So yes, so I request if ma'am can come online and speak for a few minutes. After that, ACS sir had desired that he would like to learn that regarding SBM, what are the provision and what we are suggesting, and how we have structured these things so that it will become very useful to all ULB officials and state officials. So rather than having formal this inaugural session, we will utilize this time for learning across all the things. So I request ma'am if she can say something. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chaurasia ji. Respected Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Karnataka. So thank you very much. And also my colleague and my batchmate, Ajay, who is also present there, and the entire team of Government of Karnataka. Thank you so much for partnering with us in this very important 3 days capacity building workshop on used water management, which is a new component under Swachh Bharat mission. As all of you are aware, today we would be joined by almost close to 27 to 28 states. In fact, other than the union territories and 3 other states, every single state has been able to make it to the 3-day workshop. So thank you to all the state teams for coming here. That shows your commitment of taking forward this component. As all of you are aware, the first phase of the journey focused on sanitation, access to toilets, and also solid waste management. During the first phase, all of us together have been able to put a structure of door-to-door collection of solid waste, and also, depending on the kind of city, been able to address waste processing to whichever level that we have been. This is a new component. Used water is a new component. Earlier, the larger cities under Amrit Mission and also some under JNURM, other projects, etc., have been addressing used water as the subject of used water. For the first time, we are looking at saturating every Indian city with management, with the management of this component, which is gray as well as black water. And we understand that many states have questions, many cities have questions, how to do the collection, how to do the transportation, what is the best technology and technique to be doing the treatment for used water. So to bring together all those learnings that are there across the country, we have tried to bring in a 3-day program, including field visit, that will answer your questions. And hopefully at the end of the 3 days, we will be seeing the states having at least clear ideas on how to do their action plans when they go back to the state. With that, I request our partners, WASH Institute, and all the other experts who have joined from IIT, from other sector partners, the Alliance, our partners BMGF, USAID, who have supported this program. I would request all of you together to take forth a very intensive and engaging 3 days program. I thank ACS Karnataka and his team for wholeheartedly supporting us in this endeavor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. So as desired by ACS, sir, I would like to briefly mention in nutshell under SBM, especially used water component, what we are doing and how to proceed so that sir can definitely help the state in a very faster way. Sir, I would like to mention under Swachh Bharat Mission 1 that was launched in 2014. The major component was eradicating open defecation, and this second thing was scientific waste management. At that time, used water management, or I will say sewage management as it is familiar, sewage management component was not there. So we are all aware about that Swachh Bharat Mission. It has become, country has virtually become a hub, especially in all ULB and other people have been coming with different solutions. And now in this second phase, those components are still remaining, but we are going for saturation with more focus on processing of waste and its circularity. Those things somehow were not as much staged as collection, transportation, and composting other things. This time, 2 main things are very important. One, we are focusing on biomethanization, this gas generation from the wet waste, and dry waste may MRF center we are putting, that will be giving a lot of circularity to waste. Apart from that, in larger cities, even that waste to energy plants and other things are also there. So with this second SBM2, it is going to be in a very robust manner, scientific solid waste management. This and another component, new component of sewage management that was included. It was for all towns less than 1 lakh. Sir, as aware, sir, under Amrut, the towns which are having population more than 1 lakh, they are having this sewage management facility available and funding is available. Under this used water management component of SBM2, all smaller towns, they are eligible to get funding with priority that no untreated sewage is discharged in water body or land without treatment. This is the very umbrella statement. Even Honorable Prime Minister also mentioned that this aspect has to be done. So this we are taking as a challenge, and associated with his ODF plus all city and more than 50% city water plus. But basic focus is that in each and every city and town, we have to focus on used water treatment. Now the situation comes that in a smaller town, the challenges are capacity is not there. Sometimes funding also there is, let us say, not adequate information that what level of funding is available. So states never before have been in a position to even think about used water in smaller towns. But this time, all of a sudden it has come. So to cope up with under these missions, sir, we are reaching to each and every state. We are educating and we are discussing with them that for components like, let us say, sewage treatment plant, funding is available, 50% funding is available. Some similar type of funding under TIDE grant under 15 Finance Commission is also available. So that fund, if you put together, more than 70-75% fund is available for taking up these things, and the rest what is remaining is only TIDE grant as per mission guidelines state has to give. But this information in planned way, in depth discussion, once things become clear, then even smaller towns, smaller city also, they will start managing their sewage from the beginning itself. And the problem that we have been facing, that once town is 20 lakh, 30 lakh population, we start sewage management, then face lot of challenges, a lot of road cutting problem, public inconvenience, lot of cost, and all these problems have been there. So taking this advantage of Swachh Bharat Mission 2, we are engaging with, let us say, parastatals in each of the state along with Swachh Bharat Mission. They are coming together and planning in such a way that whatever component can be readily implemented, like let us say sewage treatment plant, that has to be done quickly. If sewer network will be taking some time, let us intercept and divert, like it along all Ganga town, it has been done under GAP 1, 2 and also under NMCG, so that immediate let us arrest pollution and water body and land should not be polluted. So this is one thing that we are doing, but at this one major thing we are taking here, that this all journey is going to be now in a planned manner, like we plan in any developed city, like sewer network, zoning and other thing will be there in planning stage. But when we are going to implement, we will prioritize that STP will be taken up first. If sewer network in some religious or good town, that can be taken with 15 Finance Commission and this grant. Where there is a constraint of funding or state find that it can be taken slightly later, there this interception diversion can be taken. So the objective what Honorable Prime Minister mentioned, that no untreated used water should be released, that we are planning in such a way that that objective within 5 years is met with, and incrementally when cities are growing over the year, in bits and pieces, even sewer network can come, then recycle reuse can also come, and sustainability and circularity. So the basic approach we are following like that, and it starts with preparation of a city sanitation plan. Sir, several large states, they have already submitted, and based on that we are sanctioning funding. In sir last SLTC meeting, sir already I think directed KUWSB here to prepare plan and other thing. I think used water, they are specialized body, they are doing. So even taking this opportunity of presence of sir, I request that since 2 days we are here and one special session is going to be on 18th for Karnataka only. Even in these 2 days also very in-depth discussion is going to be taken place. So corporations and even smaller body, whosoever people are involved, let them come and there should be clarity. One one another important thing is there, sir. There has been confusion in a smaller town that we should go for let us say sewage treatment facility or fecal sludge treatment facility. People have been discussing, and in beginning there has been, I think, very fast speed may people have gone, and without having technical norms, guidance and understanding that why we are doing. Some state they are proposing everywhere 3 KLD, 5 KLD plant in every city. Some states may 30 KLD everywhere. But there is no norm, no understanding what it is there. These things we are going to discuss in very threadbare, that fecal sludge treatment is only a operation maintenance, a part of overall sewage management. It need not to be overemphasized and glorified. Once we are doing sewage treatment, there itself, as and when a septic tank is cleaned, that can be co-treated. So there will not be any requirement for additional land, additional contract, additional resources. All these things will be saved, and in one go used water, and this will also be taken care. Another very important thing, sir is very much aware regarding this NGT matter. Already Honorable Supreme Court and NGT both are monitoring. There also, this is a very important and criteria that used water should not be let out. It has to be managed. For per MLD of untreated used water, around 2 crore, they are putting that environmental compensation. We worked out even whatever environmental compensation is there, if that fund is incorporated with Swachh Bharat Mission Fund, 15 Finance Commission Fund, this itself will be having enough fund to plan in a proper way and address this used water management thing in a long-term basis. And sir, one thing is very important, again I will emphasize, before Swachh Bharat Mission was launched, nobody was very much aware about solid waste management. They were living within that, and it was part of life. The same situation is here in case of towns having population less than 1 lakh. There is understanding that only Bangalore and maybe Dharwad and other then require sewage treatment. All other smaller town, it goes here and there and not a problem. But if we see that how it is contaminating our environment, water body, and also waterborne diseases, the death and the manpower loss, all these things, if we account for, it is more than any train accident or in a year. And once a train accident or even a plane accident takes place, everywhere hue and cry is there. But those poor people who are dying or who are suffering, those things we are not able to take care. So it is time that we have to reach out and plan in a proper sewage management system, so that whatever this sewage and used water is there, that is collected, properly treated, and even circularity is also built into it. So entire our mission is built around that, and we are trying within these 2-3 days that each and every contentious thing or where clarity is not there, we will be discussing in detail, and we will try to even address whatever challenges a particular state or city is facing, and also we will guide that how quickly they can make city sanitation action plans so that they can access fund to fund under Swachh Bharat Mission. And apart from that, even for their confidence, we have also organized on 18th some field visit also, so officials can see some of the plants working and they can get confidence. And it will be culminating, sir, that World Toilet Day on 19th. That is a separate but continuous program. So this is all we have planned, sir, and I request that state ka zyada se zyada participation rahe, so I think this will be helpful, and we are there to discuss and sort out anything of confusion and so that they can move in a very speedy manner. Thank you, sir.
One part of the ritual was pending, that is getting complete.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. आपके guidance से Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Almost 2 years back, in Bangalore, one project was taken that is known as KC Valley project. No?
Yes, sir. KC Valley.
There's a project called KC Valley, Kormangla Chalgatta project. We have some 5 districts where the groundwater has gone considerably down. For the recharge of the groundwater, this project was taken by an organization which supplies water to Bangalore city. I think that has been scheduled in the scheme of things. BWSSB is doing that presentation.
Sir, on 19th they are doing.
They will be there or they will won't be there?
Sir, they are attending the sessions as participants, but on 19th they are doing the experience sharing.
No, but this group will be there on 19 or they won't be there?
Few of them will be there, sir. Maybe
I'll-
we can call.
I'll request Shaurasya Sahab, you can have
18th they will.
They are also using the water.
which plant is that?
Paramavu Lake STP there.
BWSSB in the yaar bandidira. Yaar bandila. What I request, let me see if I can club that. It's basically a project with minor irrigation department and BWSSB. If your time schedule allows, you give them some 30 minutes time and we can incorporate. I feel, because I don't know the national scenario, I feel for Karnataka, it was one of the great initiatives wherein a district called Kolar got sufficient treated water. And I'm told that the condition of the farmers has improved considerably for the reasons that it's a district which excels in vegetable growing. And this water has helped them in a big way. And they will also take you in the history as to how it happened, because initially there was a lot of resistance. Reason it was a treated water. Thank you very much. Thanks for calling us here. I'll be around for next 2 weeks. Thank you.
I would now request Professor Asolikar sir to switch on the video and come online. Thank you.
सुलेखा सर नमस्कार, कैसे हैं?
Namaste, namaste. Am I audible?
Yes, very much, very clearly audible.
Thank you.
And I welcome, though physically we could not see because of your engagement, that would have been even more inspiring, but still we are inspired because the level of things you are going to share with our, let us say, participants, that will be very helpful. So without, let us say, taking any more time, I request that some of the basic principle, maybe it has been conveyed related to science behind used water management, treatment, and other things. You please start and hear from all states, senior people, 5 senior people are there. So I think this thing is going to help them a lot. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning. How do I share? This is not the platform that we use for teaching. I have to share my presentation.
So please click on share and then we'll be able to see the presentation.
Are you able to see my presentation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are able. Thank you.
Now, is it full screen?
Not yet, sir. Please make it full screen.
From my side, I have made it. Has it become so far?
No, sir, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir. It's perfect, sir. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay.
Yes.
I'm just putting a laser printer. I'm just putting a laser pointer. I don't know why it is. Are you seeing my laser pointer? Hello?
So can you please make the presentation full screen? We are not able to see that.
Somehow it is made full screen from my side.
So can you please redo it again?
Yeah, I will redo it again. Just bear with me for a second. I'm just going back to.
No problem.
No, so I'm just. I'm resharing it so that probably there is some issue.
No problem, sir. We'll wait. Yeah.
Every software has its own special features. Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir. We can.
Okay.
Take it
Now,
full
now,
screen again.
now it is not full screen so far.
No, sir. Not yet.
Has it become full screen?
Not yet, sir.
Really, I think there is some issue because I'm seeing full screen here.
We can continue with this, sir, if that's okay.
Okay.
I hope the participants at the back are able to see the presentation. Okay, so we can continue like this. Yeah, without the full screen. I guess there's some issue with the. So.
Is it okay? Are you seeing full screen? Are you seeing full screen?
Not yet, sir, but we can start the presentation.
Okay.
So if you can share the presentation with us, we'll cast it from here.
Okay. It's a very big file. So what I will do, okay, let me just try one more thing. Sometimes it happens. So what I will do, I will change it to PDF presentation. That it becomes more easy.
So meanwhile, it will be great if you can also share the presentation with us. We'll try to.
I will. Yes, it's a very big file, but I'll send you PDF. PDF is slightly smaller.
Okay,
I'm shooting it to you so that you can probably. I have no issue in sending the PDF because it is easy. And should I send it to Nitin Gupta?
Yes, sir. Please send it to Nitin Gupta.
Yeah, I have sent it.
So we are just checking. Just give us a second.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. Now we can see the screen. Yeah,
Okay.
in full
Now
screen.
this is PDF version.
Okay,
Kindly
sir.
forgive me for lack of clarity, but I think it is okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. We are good to go.
Am I going back and forth?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. How much time do I get? I'll time myself exactly.
So 45 minutes to be precise.
Okay. So I will utilize 35 minutes for presentation, and then I will use 10 minutes for question answers.
Sure, sir.
If more is required, then we can during the break we can talk.
Definitely, sir. We are good to go. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Kindly just inform me that 30-minute time is 5 minutes to remaining. I will wrap up accordingly because this is very big topic. Everything cannot be said anyway in half an hour.
Sure, sir. Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Please give me time and I will stop. No problem. Thank you. Good morning. My name is Shyam Asolekar. I teach at IIT Bombay. I'm a professor of environmental engineering at Department of Environmental Science and Engineering at IIT Bombay. We are going to talk about several applications of several technologies, more importantly, low-cost technologies for sewage management and reuse. And that is one of the newer things that now the SBM 2.0 apparently has, which incidentally happens to be my research area. Therefore, I am just going to give you an overview of whatever that I have learned over the years. You have seen this particular diagram 100 times, and this is called triple bottom line of sustainable development. And there are three things. Obviously, first is environment, second is the economy, and the third is the society or culture. And how do we really achieve sustainable development is up to us, and we would like to work in this space where it is the intersection of three circles. What is important for us to appreciate here is that nowhere we are talking about technology here, but technology is the core. No sustainability can be achieved until we have a proper technology backup for achieving the sustainable development goal objectives. And that is what essentially is going to be the focus of my presentation. One usually favored solution is to treat the sewages and wastewaters to regulatory standards and then simply dispose them off into the receiving bodies. And receiving bodies are declared by the respective pollution control boards and the regulatory agencies, and then the treated wastewaters are deposited. India's today's story is that the regulations are in place. Many places the regulations are not strictly followed. The receiving bodies are receiving at best partially treated wastewaters. There are very few locations where properly treated regulatory quality wastewaters are received. In my opinion, this is exactly placing the pyramid upside down. And this is not a smart way of doing things, in my opinion. And it is now all over the world, it is accepted now that we will have to place the pyramid in a proper way, the way it should be, in a more stable footing, and where so far the less favored option has been to treat the sewages and wastewaters to much higher standards and then try to reuse them or recycle them. And the reuse doesn't have to be body contact always. It could be industrial application. It could be cooling water requirements for thermal power stations, and it could be for irrigation and so much other gainful applications. So there could be several types of reuse possible. And all over the world, people are talking about reuse water. In India, we called used water management. And all over the world, they are talking about reuse water management. The terminology is slightly different. But generally in the world, people do not prefer to call it as wastewater or used water. They would like to call it as reused water. So it is just a semantic, just a choice of words. But now we are talking about the reuse, the used water management in our country. And I'm very happy that Mr. Chaurasia explained that why the SBM 2.0 emphasizes on the used water management. So I think we have started actually putting the pyramid on the proper foundation, and we should not worry about what we did not do so far, but we should worry about how we can refocus ourselves and achieve newer goals. You know that the situations are from bad to grim, very extremely bad picture is there in rural areas in many places. Nowhere one can say that the water is adequate. Wherever water is adequate for industries, it is not adequate for farms. Wherever it is to be given to the cities, both industries and farms are suffering. And our animal feedstock, especially the milk animals, which are also the backbone of Indian agricultural setup, they are now faced with absolutely gray, dry, yellow grazing lands. And our feedstock is basically, the animal feedstock is basically going down rapidly, and it is not good for our agriculture, especially small farmers. And most of the farmers in our country are small farmers. And obviously, milk is an important additional income farmers have. So we need to really change around this situation, but we have miles to go before we sleep. So we need to do something very drastic. It is easy to say that sustainable development is the confluence of environment, ecology, and culture, economy, all those things we can very easily talk about. But how do we transition to sustainability is a very important question the whole world is discussing nowadays. Even the rich countries have the similar problems, similar gridlock that we are facing. And the most recent or newest understanding in this field is that there is a natural ecological cycle that exists because of rapid urbanization, not only in India, but all over the world. There is a special water cycle associated with urban areas. And what all we have to do is we need to basically push the water cycle towards the natural ecological cycle, number one. And we need to complete the circle, so to speak, metaphorically, so that we have to, so by putting a lot of reuse into practice. And then once you do that, and when the reuse is put and circle is complete, and then the two circles coincide, one can happily say that we have reached a good destination of sustainable development, and now we will walk on this path. But we are far away from that. We are in the process of pushing it at this moment in our country, and this is possible, and this is my considered opinion, that this is possible only by applying right kind of technology for right kind of application. So you know that the inadequate water supply and poor water quality or increasing demand for water for domestic agriculture as well as industrial purposes, and available water resources continuously getting deteriorated because of disposal of untreated industrial and municipal wastewaters into them are the really three big challenges that Indian water scenario is facing. And to add to our misery, most of the places, as I mentioned, the wastewaters are partially treated, and agriculture and urban runoff also deteriorates our water resources further. The water demand is excruciatingly high. We have an aim of bringing more and more industrial development, which is very fair. The government of India has a very conscious policy, not only to bring industries to peri-urban areas, but also to take them to larger rural areas. And then that is how we can distribute the justice, distribute the economic growth all over, increase employment in our country, also help India's economy. But to be able to achieve that, water somehow becomes a limiting factor. And that is where we need to really consider the reuse options and the application of proper kind of technology. Another problem that all over India and government of India is extremely worried about is that excessive water withdrawal from various points, especially groundwater. And there's sometimes abstraction from river or lake is also excessive, which essentially affects the water quality, which also essentially affect the water cycle, natural water cycle. So we need to really pay attention to these kind of complexities. Reclamation of wastewater for recycle and reuse is definitely a new horizon. As we know that in our country also now we are taking it very seriously. Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs is very serious about it under Swachh Bharat mission. I hope it will be done equally aggressively also in rural areas in our country. The time has come. Everybody recognizes the importance of it. The Honorable Prime Minister of our country and various ministries are very, very clear about it. Treated effluent can be used as a water resource for beneficial purposes. This is a new and assured water source. The effluent is kept out of streams, lakes, and beaches, reduces pollution of natural water reservoirs, which also increases recreational use, agricultural use, industrial use easier, and that also increases the quality of life of the city dwellers and the people in villages. So I think overall it will be a win-win situation if you promote water reuse. And I think that is why the used water management becomes a focus area for all of us. But coming to what is the right kind of technology, and I think that is where a lot of opinions and a lot of discussion is required. And I'm glad that now the ministry has started this activity. All of you, all engineering professionals are here. It's a great honor and pleasure for me to be sitting among you and giving you this presentation, because nobody other than you recognizes the importance of application of appropriate technology. And there can be opinions about it, I'm very sure. I'm just going to say what is my take on it, And then, I may be wrong. There may be better ways of doing it. I do not know. Low cost with minimum possible mechanization is going to remain, at least for another 25, 30 years, is going to remain our requirement in the remote areas, rural settings, and some of the poorer urban, peri-urban settings. Very small towns also will have a difficulty in implementing very expensive, modern, mechanized, power guzzling technology. We need to give the smaller communities, and when I'm saying smaller communities, I'm referring to the peri-urban, small town communities which are about 1 lakh or less, like 30,000-40,000 to 1 lakh kind of population, which I guess are anywhere between 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 if we count properly. If we declare many communities as urban areas, as you all know that so long as 75% male population is supported by the non-agricultural wages, then we call it as Nagari Vibhag, urban area. So these urban areas, if we really count properly, the numbers are anywhere between 4,000 and 8,000 today in our country. And anyhow, we have to plan for taking those kind of numbers in our mind. And most of them will be in this particular range. There are obviously some another 25, 50, and 100 cities in different tiers. But I am now referring to the towns and small cities, which are in the range of say 40,000 to 1 lakh population. And obviously, simple in operation is going to be a very important feature of the successful technology. The suitable system should be made suitable for incremental improvement, because India is also improving the standards, also making the standards more stringent, and that is obviously required to keep pace with the modern requirements. Also, availability of technology, also the increased demand and increased expectations of our people, of our country. So therefore, obviously, the systems will have to be made suitable for incremental improvement. So today we are aiming at 100. Tomorrow we will aim at 30. Few years later we will aim at 10, 20 milligram BOD. So obviously we will have to make the system which is suitable for incremental improvement, so we can keep augmenting the unit operations and unit processes so that the treatment technology becomes compliant. And most importantly, we will have to go for recycle and reuse oriented implementation of technology. I think these are the 4 important features of what I will